All right, welcome to Exclusive. I am Bright, Nana Kwesi Amini, and today on the show I have a guest. He's called Bright Opocha. I'm going to tell you who Bright Opocha is after this quick 10. Welcome to Exclusive. So here is Exclusive, and my guest is Bright Opocha. Ladies and gentlemen, BASKETMOUth.
What's up, man?
Oh my God! So he's right then too. I feel so sexy. But I have muscles. I think I left my muscles home. So excited to have you here.
This is the first time I'm being interviewed by Bright.
So Bright's Bright.
Bright, yeah.
How do you do that? Bright Square Bright.
Bright Square.
It means exclusive.
How you doing, man?
I'm doing
Thanks
great.
for having me.
Really happy to have you here today. As I told you, he is a global comedian, not just a Nigerian or African. Global. You try, huh? I don't see him trying, but listen, he does more than try. That's more than try. So happy to see you here. What brings you to Ghana in the first place?
Oh yeah.
You should be Nigerian eating about. What are you doing here?
I'm here for a show. It's the first time I'm doing the Easter comedy show with Nabil. But it's titled, this time around is different. It's titled BASKETMOUTH Unprovoked.
Unprovoked?
So, yeah.
It scares me a little bit. It scares me a little bit. What is it about?
So it's, it's like a comeback for me. You know, I took a break from comedy for a while. So I'm like, okay, you know what, come back to doing comedy and do it with everything. You have put your whole energy and life into it. Because I'm trying to create, setting up a new legacy, trying to make people remember me for something different other than what they know already. So I have a 5-year journey, and it technically starts this year, but I have 5 more years to go. And Ghana, so I started a tour called BASKETMOUTH Unprovoked, which kicked off in Manchester. We did about 16 cities in the UK and Europe, and we've moved down to Africa, and Ghana happens to be the first country we're doing.
If I tell you that he is a global superstar, I'm not lying, man. I'm not lying. 5 years. Are you getting close to your retirement? Is that what you're telling me exclusively?
Yes, I'm retiring from stand-up comedy, but I'm going to be doing other things like TV, movies, TV series, and all that. I'll be producing comedy shows as well. I'll just be behind the scene, you know. I
don't know why I'm sad. I'm not supposed to be sad.
Don't be. I've enjoyed 5 years.
If I have enjoyed him, please. If I have enjoyed him, don't think too far. I've enjoyed his work on stage as a comedian.
But it's 5 years.
In
We've got 5 years to create new memories, you know. So that's what I'm doing. I'm just trying to create new memories for the next 5 years.
What do you think you are most known for?
For comedy, actually. Like, comedy is it's like my foundation. That's how I started, and that's what kept me going this long. And comedy is actually, I'm rooted in comedy. Then the foundation and everything was so solid that I could easily make any decision and still survive. Like when I decided to drop an album to get into music, you know, because of how rooted I was, it helped me, you know. So I can do anything, but the main thing that people know me for is stand-up comedy, not music or TV or movies. I'm
tempted to ask you if comedy came as a second option for you. Was it first or second for you?
Second.
Comedy.
Second, but I started doing, so it started like this. I've always been funny, so I heard. So I've always been funny, but I had a passion for music, so I chased music. Then it got to a point and I couldn't chase it anymore, and it happened. It was.
I know you rap.
Yeah, I rap. I used to be a rapper. So what happened was I was actually on stage performing as a rap artist, and we were getting booed off stage.
Oh my God.
Yeah. So what we were doing, we were blending Afrobeat and hardcore rap music. It's never been done before. I'm talking about 1998, you know, and they were booing us, and I'm like, damn,
what is happening here?
This is not going to happen. So I told the DJ to stop the music, and I told my crew members, like, you know what, can you guys excuse me? And I looked at the crowd, and I started hitting everyone that booed us.
When you say hitting,
like
verbally
heckling,
attacking them?
verbally attacking everybody. So I was like, get out! I'm like, boom, this one, pow! I was just going,
like
shot after shot, like you
Hollywood,
know,
huh?
Yeah, that kind of stuff. And that lasted for about like 30 to 45. I actually at some point I saw the promoter when I wanted to leave. The promoter was like, go on, don't stop, don't stop.
So it had catch fire at the time.
Yeah, it was an explosive performance. And when I was done, so people were like, man, guy, why don't you just do comedy? I'm like, yeah, Abi. So it wasn't like I came out and I was like, this is what I want to do.
But had you ever tried to get on stage as a comedian before all this happened? Had you ever tried?
So what I used to do back then, yeah, when I was really young, I think I was probably, is it 12 or 13? Yeah, can't remember the age. So when I was in school, GSS 1, I remember clearly, I was very good in heckling. I used to be the king of heckling. So if, like, for instance, you're in GSS 1A, if someone, because one thing kids used to do back then was, they call it warding.
Okay.
I don't know if you guys do it here.
Like the battle rap or something?
You know, like a battle rap, but now for jokes. Like,
yeah.
I'll insult you.
I know there's one that you was called the mama jokes.
That kind of stuff.
Let's not do it here. Let's not do it here. Let's not do it here.
Yeah, your mama, that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
So whenever anyone, if someone loses, yeah, they come to me and they will tell me that, look, I need you to come and help me battle this guy.
Oh, so you were like the rescuer?
I was a rescue guy. So I go in and they pay me back then 5 naira, which is...
How much was that? At the time?
At the time, it was a lot of money for me, yeah? But now it's nothing. But then it was, not based on, not based on my pocket, based on the economy.
You're trying to put a fast one on me.
But that's
okay. It's okay.
It's based on the economy. So I used to do that. So I've always been in the space of people entertaining people in one way or the other. There was a time that they were doing talent hunt or something that was it talent hunt, and I came out and I did that. So I've always been willing to hold the mic and crack a joke or two. But that was the first time I was trying out comedy. Ever.
And it worked for you.
Yeah.
Sometimes, you go out there, you don't know what to expect.
Yeah,
but the negative
exactly.
always turns out to be positive for you sometimes. It happens. But sometimes, if you don't take care, your head will go off.
Yeah,
it's all good.
Yeah.
But then let's talk about your journey. Starting from Nigeria, Ghana, the rest of Africa, going the way to Europe and all that. You've been around almost everywhere, done almost every single thing.
I try.
How has it been for you?
It's been amazing, man. Like, the way I'm humbled by everything because I didn't have a grand plan. It was just one thing leading to another, then the one thing gives birth to something else. And I've enjoyed the ride so far, and mainly because I let God lead me.
Oh, so he's spiritual. Are you a Christian?
Yes, I am.
Okay, I thought you were going to tell me you're a believer, because that's the new thing.
No, I'm a Christian. I'm a believer as well.
If you say you're a believer of what? Christ?
Christ. Yeah, Christ. God gave me everything. And I owe everything to him because, there comes a time where, it started happening to me and I embraced it real quick. It comes a time where you want to, every comedian, I think most comedians did the same thing, like Will Smith or Martin Lawrence that started off with comedy and the next thing is doing music and movies and all that. The same thing with Chris Rock. Because everyone is always trying to branch out to something.
The money has to keep coming.
What?
The money has to keep coming.
No, it's not just that. It's just a case where if you're a storyteller, like myself, like Dave, like Chris Rock and all those stuff, you want to start telling stories, not just creating stories. You want to start telling stories about your own life. You start scripting yourself, your life.
Your own self.
Like, okay, from here, we'll take it here and we'll go here and we'll do this. There's a twist here and you turn it around. That's how it works. So for me, I think my storytelling, I started playing it in my own life to change the narrative. I go like, okay, no, this is just a straight. Like, when you're watching a movie and it goes on for too long, there's no excitement.
It becomes boring.
It becomes boring. So I'm like, let's flip it a little bit. Then you take it here for like 2 years, then turn it this way, then turn it that way. That way it's more interesting. So that's what I did. And it got to a point where I had to let God lead me because there are some decisions that you can't take on your own. So the first thing I did was to find peace, right? I found peace. And
with yourself first?
With myself, you know, I had to drain myself of everything.
What make you get to the point where you feel like it's time for me to make peace with myself and go towards this particular line?
It was just something, I was having a general meeting in my head, and
you with the other spirits in your body.
Yeah, I do that a lot. Like, I don't know if you do it, but
yeah,
most times,
you speak to yourself
yeah,
sometimes.
just like, not even just like, there are like 5 different people here. I go like, okay, I want to do this. No, don't do that. If you do this, no, what if you do this like this? No, this is the wrong idea. So everything is like, I don't know, but that's how it works for me. And at the end of the day, I think we made a decision that, you know what, you need to, you know, I don't know if it happens to you, but it happens to most people. Like, like just say, for instance, this thing is here, and your mind, your consciousness will tell you that this thing might fall. And you're like, it won't fall. And the next thing, it falls and breaks. Yeah, that's your what do you call it? Your instinct. Yeah, some people will call it their instinct. Some people will call it your inner spirit.
Inner spirit.
It is. So my inner spirit started speaking to me, and I started hearing it even louder, and I listened. And most of the decisions I've made was from my inner spirit. The soul knows more than the body, right? So since the soul knows more than the body, I started listening to the soul, because the body is clueless sometimes.
Can you hate this man? You can't hate him. You can't hate him for once. Now, let's talk about the fact that you've been touring. Your career as a comedian. I'm categorizing you as a comedian for now.
I am a comedian.
We will go to the part where you are a general entertainer, because you are not. You can't be boxed. If I believe you cannot be boxed in one sector as a comedian. But for now, let's talk about you as a comedian.
Yeah.
Life as a comedian. How has it been for you?
It's been amazing, man. It's one of the greatest feelings ever. You know, the idea of what I enjoy most about being a stand-up comedian is the end result of my product. Like, I get on stage, I crack a joke, and it makes people laugh. It's not just the sound of the laughter, it's how it makes them feel. That feeling is what I want. I want people to feel good when I, drop my stories and all that. Because I laugh too, right? When I listen to it, and I know how I feel. So I'm like, oh, damn, this is how they feel. So I try as much as possible to always give in my best. And I've always enjoyed it, but I started enjoying it more when I understood my purpose. So right now, it's what I love doing. And most people don't know, but I enjoy making people laugh, even if I have to do it for free.
Have you ever performed for free before?
All the time, most
We're given, Amari says she was offered, I read an article that says Amari says she was offered a Richard card to perform on stage as a musician. What were you offered growing up as a comedian? What were you offered to perform your craft on stage?
The first time I was offered money was my first proper, I don't know, I don't say my first, but when I started doing comedy, one of the first gigs I did, the guy came to me and offered me 300 naira, which is...
How much is that now?
Right now, that is...
Or maybe US dollars that I can get into.
Maybe $50.
$50?
Yeah.
At the time,
it was nothing. Trust me, it was nothing. It was 300 naira. But guess what? It fed me for 3 days.
There we go, man. There we go.
So
3 days. I mean, your food was settled for 3 days.
Yeah, for 3 days. And I started increasing. I was like, you know what? I'm going to increase it to 500 naira. And then 1,000 naira, then 2,000.
Who asked you to do that? Who asked you to increase the bill?
They offered me. So when they offered me the 300 naira, I was like, oh, they pay for this? Oh, wow, okay. You know what? When the next person comes, let's charge them more, like 500. So I was actually billing people according to my need, not by greed.
I like that.
You
were billing people according to your need,
and
not by greed. At the time, what were your needs?
Food.
Just food?
Yeah, I was in school.
Because I know that now, if an artist performs at an event, they might ask for vehicles, number of bottles to be sent to their hotels and all that.
I was an upcoming comedian. What do I know? Like, all I wanted was to be able to feed. I was just ready to eat in school. I didn't want to starve. and fail. So, because you know, there's one thing for you to have hunger and try to read. You would not understand what you're
reading if you're hungry. It doesn't even work, man. It doesn't work.
So I need to eat. So I cracked jokes, and there was a time that we didn't have a CD player, like a music player in my room, and there was a competition going on in school. And I was like, okay, you know what? We need this CD player. I can't afford it. So I went in for the competition and I won. So I do things for my need.
I like that.
Yeah.
There's a purpose that came with an ability and a capability, and they give you results.
Yeah.
Right. Now, you've been doing this for over the years. Tell me, getting on stage, has it ever been a time where you went to crack a joke and didn't go down with people and you were attacked?
No.
How did you even deal with it?
So I've been booed off stage before, right?
Aside the first rap you started,
When I started doing comedy, I got booed off stage. And
do you remember the joke you made at the time?
no, it wasn't really the joke. I was trying out a new style.
Who say you now? Who say you? Who says you're going to do new stuff?
It's me. It's the way I am. Like, I try to transcend. I try to evolve. You know, I try to, change my style and do things differently. Like we said earlier on, you don't want to start sounding
exactly.
Boring and all that. So I tried a new style, and a few people didn't like it, so they started booing. So not like the whole crowd booed, just a few
part of
people.
the crowd.
Part of the crowd, maybe about like 50 people, but it was loud enough to distract me.
50 is a lot.
It's a lot.
50
from 5,000 people, it's not a lot.
Okay, I mean, that can be allowed to slide. That can be allowed to slide.
But it wasn't really loud, but it was enough to distract me. And I walked off stage and I was like, this is never gonna happen.
You walked off stage?
Yeah, I left. I was like, thank you very much.
Were you paid after the show?
Yeah, I was paid, of course. But not like I had a bad set, but a few people booed me. And I left and I was like, this is never gonna happen again. And it never happened.
Which year was this?
It was about 15 years ago.
15 years ago?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, but I enjoyed it. I loved the fact that they did that because I like being pushed. Yeah.
It did something to you, huh?
Yeah, it did something to me, and it made me more aggressive. It made me more intentional. It made me more prepared. It made me become a beast.
He's a beast, man.
So what I did was, after that moment, that incident, what I now did was I said, you know what, you're going to challenge yourself. So 3 months after, normally I used to do my annual gigs, just one show. 3 months after, I did 2 shows. It was called BASKETMOUTH Uncensored, The Revolution and The Classic. So I did 2 gigs and I sold it out. That
all in Nigeria?
All in Nigeria. And that was my own way of going, you know what, check yourself and see if you still got it. Do you understand? And I did a show, that's how I am. I like to challenge myself, and it has kept me going this long.
And you've had your crowd with you since ages. And as you go forward, extra of the crowds keep adding up and keep getting different numbers. We're in a different generation altogether. Maybe the joke you might have cracked back then wasn't resonate so well with the young ones nowadays. How are you making sure that your crafts is a satisfaction to every age group we have as we speak?
So what I do with my materials is they are not time-based. My jokes are not time-based. They are based on what is happening right now. So as long as you know what's going on right now, all the topics and everything, and I do materials that affect every human as a human being. Are
they proper experiences, or just
some of
fictions?
Them, some of them fictions. Most of them are things that because it's like, for instance, if you're writing a movie, right? Some of the best movies are the ones that are like true life stories. Like if you watch the Schindler's List or The Pianist and all that, they are all lifted from true life stories. So it works that way with comedy as well. When it's a real life experience, it's funnier because it's real. Yeah. So all I need to do is to amplify it, twist it, make it more interesting, give it a little bit of vibe and flavor, and so that way it's easily consumed by people. So based on the fact that it's not time-based, it's timeless, I can easily blend with any generation and get away with it. And that's that's how I've been able to hold it down this long.
Is he how Nigerians work? Is he as a day here? We are talking about they bring him the video somewhere and say timeless. You get it?
Oh, I didn't do that intentionally.
You get it, but it just happened.
Since the work, yeah, shout out to David.
What did it is here? Have you listened to the album?
Yeah.
What do you make of it?
I think it's a great album. Amazing, I love it. Yeah, and I even, there's one of them that I don't know if I'm allowed to say this, but I met one of the directors. Let me see. So I saw a clip of one of the videos that's coming out. My God.
I'm told it's the most expensive video we're about to witness.
That guy is about to destroy some things. It's just a feel-good video. I love it. I love it so much, and I love what's happening with, Afrobeat right now, and the guy is really holding it down.
Talk of Afrobeats, and BASKETMOUTH is in there. Ghana Jollof. I love that music, man.
Ghana Jollof?
I love it.
Yeah, one of my favorites.
I love it.
Yeah.
Do you love Ghana Jollof over Nigeria Jollof?
No,
you can't.
No. Never going to talk about that. I'm going back to Nigeria.
Basket, you see, you just made my card fall down. Basket, listen. You can tell me. No worry, you can tell me.
So the thing
it's don't worry.
I'll explain something. Okay. You see, even in Nigeria, we have different kind of jollof rice. There's party jollof, there's native jollof, there's this and that.
Which one is you don't want me to smoke?
No.
The one with the smoke?
All those ones, they have different kind of jollof. So when you say Ghana jollof versus Nigerian jollof, which Nigerian jollof? Because we've
now you are trying to take the conversation from that jollof to variety of jollofs. But here you're going to have chicken jollof, the one with the killiwilly, the one with the goat meat.
Yeah, exactly. So it's hard to to what do you call it, compare it. So I eat my Ghana jollof when I'm in Ghana. So what I do is whenever I travel to wherever I'm going to, I eat what they have there.
Okay.
Like there was a time I came to Ghana, I ate banko and tilapia at least once a day.
How many days were you here?
4 days.
And you had
and there was a day I had it for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. I'm not making this up. I'm not making it. I was in on it. I was like, you know what? If you go back to Nigeria, you won't be able to.
Yeah, you wouldn't get it.
So eat all you can right now and enjoy it because I love the meal.
I mean, Africa. If you want to serve us well, give us food.
Yes.
Give us food, please. Yeah. If you want to let me know that I'm welcome to your home, give me food.
Give me good food.
And I'll always come back.
Yeah.
BASKETMOUTH, let's talk about comedy. I mean, we come back to comedy. Let's maintain the conversation about your music.
Music, yeah.
How did the Ghana Jollof happen in the first place? The collaboration between Ghana and Nigeria on that tune. So talk of Come Now, an amazing voice. Yeah. Amazing one.
So music has always been my life, right? I love music to a fault. So when I created Papa Benji, the online comedy series, I needed soundtrack for the series. So I created an album with my producer, Dr. Seth, and we made a 10-track album, soundtrack album. That's how it started. And when I was working on a movie called Scorpio, which is going to be coming out by the grace of God. Yeah, coming out by the grace of
Scorpio?
God. No. But it's centered around a Scorpio, like it's someone that her sign is a Scorpio sign. I don't know how to put that.
Temperament and all that?
Everything, yeah. So the thing is, when I create, I don't like giving it a cliche title.
Okay.
You understand? So the name Scorpio is just an element from the movie. It's a star sign.
So you didn't have the name of the movie, you only had it after the
After I created the movie, I was like, okay, what do you call this? And I looked at it, I was like, you know what, let's call it Scorpio. So when I now decided to work on the album, I was like, you need to create something that can connect with because what we did was, when I was creating the movie, I created a sound to it, right? So we made the songs out of the movie. So when you watch the movie and you hear the songs, like the album Horoscopes, right? Yeah. When you watch the movie, eventually, and you hear the songs, it will make more sense to you because the songs were created from the script in the movie. So before I released that album, I created a sitcom, a dramedy, whatever they call it, called Ghana Jollof, right? Is that right? Yeah, Ghana Jollof. So
I love that tune. Bro.
So I created a comedy series that is on Showmax. It's called Ghana Jollof, and I wanted a soundtrack to it. So I called Kwabena. I was like, look, I want to make a song for a sitcom that I'm creating, and I would love for you to come jump on it. So we got the hook first, and I got Files the bad guy to jump on it.
Oh, he's a bad guy.
Yeah, he's a bad guy.
He's a bad guy.
And then I called Kwabena. Immediately he heard the song, he gave me magic, and that's how the song came about.
The first time I heard the song, I thought the song was crafted around Komna's type of music because it fit in so well.
Yeah.
How your relationship with Komna? How do you guys meet?
So I met Kwabena the first time I came to Ghana, right? So we met, we clicked, and he's a dope guy. I love his energy, and we maintained contact from then till date. And when we were making the song, we didn't know he was going to jump on it, right? I knew I was actually chasing, in all honesty, I was trying to get Sarkodie.
Oh.
It was Sarkodie I was going for.
Did you call him?
We were chatting, but you know, Sarkodie is very busy.
Yeah.
So I needed to, it was supposed to be Sarkodie and Files the bad guy. And then I was like, you know what, you actually shouldn't do two rappers on this song. It's highlight.
That would have been bad though.
Would have been dope. Would have been dope. Would have been dope.
So good.
But then I was like, you know what, let's throw in vocals into it instead of verses, instead of rap music, more another rapper on it. So I called Kwabena, I sent it to him. He sent me the vocals, the draft. I was like, this is what I want.
It is, not was, it is.
And I have Kwabena on 2 songs that I've released so far. He's on a song called The Traveler, which is in the Horoscope album, and also Ghana Jollof. And I'm going to call him very soon. There's another song I'm working on. I love his voice.
Oh, wait, I know, right?
He knows how to deliver the goods.
It's a gem. He knows where to hit and where not to hit.
Yeah, so for that, so music, because I love music.
Oh, there you have it. This is Ghana Jollof.
This is Ghana Jollof.
Oh my God, amazing, amazing tune, trust me. It's amazing, I love it.
So you check it out, it's a dope song. And right now, because one of the reasons I'm dropping comedy in the next 5 years is because I want to step in fully into music, 100%. And I also want to step into movies and all that. So I'm releasing an album later on this year called Uburu.
Uburu. What's the meaning of Uburu?
Uburu means brain.
Okay, so which part of Nigeria is that?
Igbo.
Igbo?
Yeah.
Uburu.
Uburu.
Uburu. So that's my new nickname, Uburu.
Uburu. Yeah, very sharp guy.
I like that.
So I'm enjoying the journey right now. I love the fact that I am connected to like every part of entertainment. And yeah, let's see how it...
Who shot this video? It's a masterpiece, the colors.
This is Clarence Peters.
Oh.
And you know the interesting thing, on our way to go shoot this video, while we're driving to the set, I played a song in the car. Kwabena was sitting at the back, and he heard the song. He was like, "Who's that?" And I told him.
Can you imagine?
Who did this? So I said, and I told him like, it would be nice if you can jump on this one though. And he was like, "Yeah, I like it. What's it about?" And I told him, "Guess what? We finished shooting this video, go back to the office. Kwabena jumped on the other song called The Traveler with the Caveman, and he smashed it."
The Caveman, his voice.
Yeah.
He's on the video's new album, right?
The Caveman, yes.
Amazing.
Those guys are amazing. Yeah.
Amazing.
So music, I'm loving, like entertainment, people don't know, but entertainment is all, it's everything.
But how do you pick these people to work with? Because there are a lot of them. I mean, in the entire Africa, how do you pick people like these, like Komna?
Most times, the music actually call for them, right? So I'm listening to a beat, and I'm trying to place people's voices on it mentally to see who fits in. Sometimes it's harder to get to hear the voice, but most times, immediately I hear the beat, I'm like, this is for this person. He'll kill it. And I'm hardly wrong. You see what I said about your voice? The voices are, that's the guy telling me.
And so this is another one with Buju.
Oh,
this is another one with Buju.
Yeah. Your Body.
Yeah.
This is from the horoscope.
You know, when I saw you, I'm like, okay, what's going to be the video? What's going to be the video?
No, this is.
Tell me about this.
So, Your Body is our first single from the album Horoscopes. Unfortunately, we were not able to release, the idea was to release the album Horoscopes and release the movie Scorpio 2 months after the album dropped. But it didn't happen.
What happened? Why?
In the movie, we had some issues, you know, with production, and I had to take a pause on it.
Okay.
So we now re-strategized. So what we're going to do now, we will be dropping the deluxe album of Horoscopes just 2 months before the movie comes out.
He's a businessman, ladies and gentlemen. There he goes. He knows how to make a good stuff out of the bad stuff.
I'm Igbo, so yeah, that's what we do.
Okay, so the Igbos are the ones with it.
No, Igbos are the ones that are into business.
Come on, talk your talk.
Yeah, it's the truth.
Talk your talk. Go on, talk your talk.
We are very good at it. We're very lucrative, and you know, we're like, some people call us the Jewish tribe of Africa or something like that.
Okay.
Yeah, that's how the. It's not me. I wasn't me. But we're very lucrative, and we know how to turn 1 into 10.
10.
Yeah,
and it always works.
It always works. Like imagine me, comedian, and the next thing I'm doing flat knees, Papa Benji, this one down. That's how we.
I wonder, how do you even sleep? Because 1 minute I saw the video you did before you came to Ghana. What were you trying to say in the first place?
No,
I'm confused, man. I'm like, what is he saying? I'm confused.
Which one? The Ghana for?
Yeah. Don't take me there, man. No, you know what? Do you remember the lines you said in that video?
I think I do.
Let's give it a try, please. Let's give it a try.
Ghana for Machomo.
Oh yeah, they?
Don't disturb me.
Okay, you go.
Mungra, na ye Sri, na ye Genie.
Yeah,
leave me alone. Leave me alone. I need to rehearse. I need to rehearse to do this thing. Do you know how many times I rehearsed before I showed that video? You want to embarrass me right now?
I watched that video for about 13 times, and I still go back and watch it.
Mumbra, na ye Sri.
But you tried, though.
Yes,
you tried.
Thanks to Nabil. Nabil gave me some crash courses, and I enjoy. And the language, I love the language. And you know what I'm going to do? Since I have a 5-year run there, on the 5th year, I've given myself this task. I said it like last week. I'm going to learn the language and see if I can perform my sets. You understand?
Hold on. Why were you fighting over fish? Why do you fight over fish?
This show,
fish. It's fish.
This show, Mambo and Boniface, is a useless show. Trust me, we fight about everything on this show. And
your hairstyle has been changed over the years.
I keep changing it.
Well, why do you do that?
I get bored easily. Maybe it's midlife crisis. I don't know.
Forgive me, guys.
Maybe one day I'll just cut it off so I can rest.
It won't happen.
But I love, like, now that I've seen this, I want to do this again. I'm like.
You went blonde a few months ago.
It was for a movie role.
But you were still stick with the blonde.
Yeah. So what happened was, okay, let me be honest.
Honesty, huh?
Yeah, I got tired of the look, and I was like, for the past 10 to 12 years, you've been on your dreadlock. Why not just change everything? So I switched it, and I was like, okay, why not just change it to blonde, see what happens? And I changed it to blonde, and that was when someone approached me. You guys got everything, yeah.
You came prepared, huh?
Yeah, you guys came prepared.
By the way, I love this joke. He was like, Ebuka.
Oh, this is Ebuka. This is the one that Ebuka was always stressing me with this crazy outfits.
I love this joke.
So, Jade approached me and told me that, look, she would like for me to play a particular role, and she loves the hair. I shouldn't take it off. I was like, oh, really? So I kept it.
Oh, so it wasn't intentional for you to have the hair? You already had it?
I already had it. So I was like, you know what, let's just maintain it. And after the movie was done, I started enjoying it. So I kept it, because we still needed to do the premiere and all that, so I kept it for as long as I could. So in between the time, I had shows that I was doing, which is why you saw me on stage with it.
Yeah.
Because I can't keep flipping.
Yeah.
But now I'm back to normal.
Who knows? You might end up tomorrow in a dreadlock. You never know.
Maybe. Right now I'm on chronic. They call it chronic. So it's easier. So even if I don't cut my hair, I can just twist
put it in.
And it's cheap. It's cheaper as well.
How do you do the ladies?
The ladies?
How do you do it?
I don't do
Don't shout.
Okay, shout. So, ladies, there's nothing, I don't do anything with them.
How do you deal with them?
How do I deal with them?
Yes, how do you deal with them? I mean, I know they might have, you're a celebrity. I mean, this is a global comedian, an anti-musician. You might definitely have a lot of ladies around you. How do you deal with them?
So, for me, I treat, as long as you're a fan, right, I'll treat you with the same respect I treat the male fans.
What was that respect you're talking about? The space and all that?
No, like, hey, how you doing, blah, 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 we'll take pictures, da, 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 da. It ends there.
It ends there?
It ends there. I'm not going to invite you to my room. No, I don't do that. So for me, you know, I want to respect myself as much as I can.
I like that.
Yeah, and once I start jumping and, you know, this girl comes, yo, I'm a big fan, you know, it's not just about, can I be free verbally?
Go on, but then let's a bit of limitation.
Yeah, so this is how it works. For some people, sex is sex.
Yeah.
Yeah?
It's just regular.
It's regular, right? But sex, to me, sex is not sex. Sex.
What is sex to you?
No, we'll get there. Sex, no, some people just do it for the fun of it and just do crazy things with their, you know, as long as you're a female fan, because some of them are vulnerable. Yeah. You know, but for me, I see it as it's more spiritual than physical. This is you exposing yourself, your soul to someone else. You don't know their energy, you don't know where they're coming from, and you're exposing yourself to them, right? So that's why, yes, sometimes some people, I'm not trying to be too spiritual right now. But
it's okay.
Yeah, but there are some people that you connect with and the energy is off, and it will ruin things for you without you knowing. So you have to be able to preserve yourself. We are exposed. We are in a space where every girl, not like every girl, most girls want to, like, you know, hang with you and do stuff like that. But how many do you want to do things with?
How many can you even do now? How many?
So for me, I try as much as possible to preserve myself and respect every fan that come my way. You know, give them the same equal respect. If a guy comes, hey, what's up, man? Let's take a picture. A girl comes, hey, let's take a picture, and that's it. He cannot go beyond. Oh, can I get your number? Nah.
Has there been a time where you were being stalked by somebody?
Yeah.
You've been stalked before?
Even till now, yeah.
Ladies, and men too are stalking you?
No, men, no, come on, look at this guy.
I just want to be sure.
No.
Tell me about that.
Just ladies. It happens now. They keep sliding into the DM.
It goes down in the DM, huh? They've been sliding.
It's normal. Even some roadside mechanics, they get people that slide into their DM. It can't be me again. You know, sometimes I tell some people, like, you know, even if it's crazy. Like, even it happens, but you just have to be able to know. You must, self-control, preserve yourself as best as you can, and put at the back of your mind that, look, you cannot expose yourself to just anybody. You understand? And beyond, I was married, right? Yeah. So you get to preserve yourself before one day they'll just say, oh, Basketmouth was there. I know these girls these days, they just take a picture while you're
right? And you are gone for good.
You are gone for good.
You are gone, like totally gone.
So yeah, the one thing I must protect is my name, my
hard-earned brand.
I will work too hard for this brand to take any kind of stupid risk. Do you get me? So I try as much as possible to stay grounded. Yeah.
You are still seen as relevant. In fact, you are still relevant. How have you been able to maintain your ground till now? How have you been able to do that?
Oh, it's a lot to it. So first, I stayed hungry for as long. I'm still hungry right now. I've maintained that hunger, right? There was a time I was almost getting satisfied, but I was like, no, boy, come on, bring that hunger back. Because the hunger is what that's what is going to keep you going, you know? And I tried to be honest with my craft, which was the reason I stepped back for a minute. There was a time, you know, I started off as a stand-up comedian, but in Nigeria, they want the MC of the event to be the stand-up comedian.
Every event?
Most events.
Yeah.
Like, you know, like, there's like, you know, instead of
That's
getting
a plus for you, huh?
it's supposed to be a plus, but it's not, right? I'm a stand-up comedian, not a master of ceremony. So now, because of the pay is good, you see that most comedians...
Because the what?
The pay is good. You see that most comedians, they're like, you know what, I'll do it, I can manage. So they start working on perfecting,
I like that.
perfecting their MC skills and all that. But I wasn't enjoying it. For the 10 to 15 years that I did it, I didn't enjoy it. I was just doing it.
All right. You know what? Let me not waste too much of your time. I have this here, and this...
Because I was wondering...
This is our golden bowl.
Yeah.
Yeah, full of gold. 5 questions here, Q&A, no explanation. I ask you, you handpick yourself, you ask the question, and you answer.
Okay.
No explanation. So pick. Let's go.
Are you?
Okay. So this one says, if you could go back to the beginning of your career, what will you change?
Nothing. Not a single thing.
All right. I'm picking for you now.
Yeah. So, since you pick that, I'll pick it.
Okay. And this one says, what subject in school do you hate the most?
Maths.
Why? Nobody likes it.
Yeah.
I didn't like it.
So, first, see, maths, like all those, I find x squared to power 8. I'm not using it now. All I know is this $10,000 plus $20,000. There's no X.
Money.
There's no Y. There's no...
It's money.
Anything. It's just figures. Multiply and divide. Finish.
Oh yeah, let's go. Okay. All right, this one says, if you were not an entertainer, what would you be? A scientist? A teacher?
If I wasn't an entertainer, I'd probably be in entertainment.
Okay.
But maybe behind the scenes. Yeah, because I love entertainment.
He
I was born for this stuff.
He loves showbiz.
Love it. I love it.
Like that. The next one.
Okay.
Quickly. And one more to go after this. Okay, don't worry, I'm going to help you. This one says, what is the most intimidating thing a fan has done to you? Ooh.
She said I should sign on her boobs.
Did you do it?
Eh?
Did you do it?
You said what?
Did you do it?
Eh?
Did you do it? I bet you didn't do it.
I did.
You did?
She was like, no, I want. I'm like, can I sign? So I said, no, on my boobs. I'm like, all right.
There you go, take it.
Okay, how do we start? Can I grab this side? Because you need to.
Okay, too much information right there. The last one, let's go.
But I didn't sign, I'm just kidding.
Yeah, I know you didn't do that.
Yeah, I signed, but I just have to just make this.
Okay, why am I confusing myself right now? Now he's confusing me. It's okay. This one says, what is the worst thing that has ever happened to you in public?
In public?
Yeah, in public.
Oh, okay.
In public.
And there was one girl.
Okay. Okay, that's a good story.
Many years ago, I asked her out, and she said yes. I was still a kid. I was a teenager.
How old were you at the time?
I can't remember, but I was really young. And when she said yes, I was excited. Like, okay, we said, so, you know. And I was like, I'll see her later on, you know. And I left, and I was going to my house. It rained that day, so the road was slippery, and she was still there standing.
And it fell.
And I fell.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Did you get a first kiss from her?
No.
It didn't happen?
No, it didn't happen.
I'm sorry.
The relationship almost ended that day.
It's okay. Ladies and gentlemen, we're here with BASKETMOUTH, Bright or Culture. Listen, double bright is a square. This is B square,
Bright
not B
square. Yeah, B square.
B square. That's what I mean. And so I've been here with Bright or Culture, known socially and entertaining everywhere as BASKETMOUTH. Why BASKETMOUTH? I've been wondering. You have a nice mouth. I mean, why BASKETMOUTH?
It's what comes out of it.
Okay. A quick one.
I'll make it fast.
Very quick.
Very quick. So I did a gig in Uniben that ended up being a battle session, like, you know, it was a heckling session. And I was going in on different people, left and right. After about like 45 minutes, I was done, got off stage. And one guy walked up to me, I was like, yo, dude, man, you have a BASKETMOUTH. I was like,
That's a brand. That's a brand right there. There we go. There we go. And so his comedy show is happening. It's called the Easter Comedy Show at exactly, what's the time again? 7 p.m. on the 8th of April. So if you're not going to be there, I don't know where we're going to be.
The gate opens at 7 p.m. Show starts at 8 p.m. And someone said that Ghanaians come late for events.
Not the Ghana time, I beg you. I beg on now, not Ghana time.
You guys must not do that, because I will report you people.
To who? Come on, let's go, man.
I'd like for you guys to, let's do it. Like, you know, comedy shows, you don't want to burn out the comedian, you don't want to burn out the energy. So let's try as much as possible to come out early. I'll be at the venue as early as 6 p.m. I'll be at the back, chilling, waiting for everyone to get there. So what I intend to do is, because there's a foyer, there's a lounge area at the foyer. When people get there early enough, I'm told that we have enough people, what I want to do is I want to come take pictures.
Oh, that's nice, exclusive.
Before the show starts. So those people will be able to see me do stuff before I, you know.
I like that. I like that. Most artists go to their shows and when they are done, what they got?
Yeah,
because
Because after the show, it's almost impossible to do that. But I'll try to. But this time around, because when I saw the setup, and Nabil is doing a great job.
Yeah.
I saw the setup, the lounge chairs and everything. I was like, it would be nice to come out, chill with the audience, take pictures, like between 7 and maybe 7:45, since the show starts at 8. Just hang with the people out there. And I heard that we've got some support from a beverage company giving us drinks. So yeah, we just.
It's okay. So we are going to be there. Let's go on the 8th of April at exactly 7 p.m. to Mama calls. I don't know your mama didn't call you because you are your own man. So yes, come there. Let's have fun. Okay. Thank you so much. Right.
Thank you very much.
And I've been here with Basketmouth. I said Basketmouth.
Yeah, I get it. They call me basketball, Basketmouth, basket case. I've heard it all.
All right. So this is exclusive. I'm a man. Right. Then I could see your meaning. Thank you for watching. Bye.